So the cage is in, as you've seen, I hope. And the seat is in with the racing harnesses, so I'm not driving around like an idiot without a seatbelt. However, I have not put in my new steering wheel yet. It's really frustrating and annoying to get in and out with a fixed steering wheel because there's literally about that much space between the steering wheel and the pad of the seat. Let me demonstrate. It's a lot easier to get out than it is to get in. But either way, it's pretty annoying when you just need to hop in your car real quick. It's not that quick to get in. So, I'm going to show you how to install a steering wheel. It's actually pretty simple to take off your steering wheel. It is annoying because you have a little bit more electronics nowadays, but in the BMW there are just a couple of push pins that go to these little clips here that you have to push inward behind the steering wheel back here. Exactly, but on both sides you just have to push in on this guy and you can reach these pins which hold in the airbag. Once you push those in and are able to kind of pop out the airbag, there'll be a couple of connections for the airbag and the horn, I believe. So you just pull this out. It's really simple, I promise. It's really not that complicated. Then there are a couple more once you actually want to disconnect your steering wheel controls from the rest of the car. This is where these plugs were. I didn't bother putting them back in because I don't have a stereo anymore. and then this last ground attachment, which attaches to this little pin. Then all you have to do is take off this bolt, which I believe is a 16mm, and then once you get that all the way off, the steering wheel will slide off. Simple as that. Now, got this OMP Hub, and I believe that these little knobs here are meant to go through these two holes. It doesn't seem to me that there's a real orientation to this here. There is a hole here for putting the wires in if you are going to be using a horn or steering wheel controls and whatnot. I don't have, or I'm not going to be able to use those anyways. You'll see why in a minute. So I'm going to ignore that part, but just know that that hole right there is for your electronic controls. I'm actually going to orient this up to the very top, as much as I can at least. And these two holes line up with these little aligners. Alright, so I realized, so this little thingy here actually controls when your blinker is reset back to normal. Now the thing is, these holes don't line up very well when they have the original little caps on them. See this? Kind of aligns it, but it does work properly if you take these off. So I think I'm gonna have to take these off. If I'm not correct here, which is a real possibility, this is my first time doing this, but if I'm not correct, I'll rearrange it. But I was trying to figure out like how I could manage to fit this on properly, because when the wheel is oriented on this with the caps on there, this is completely misaligned with the steering wheel. How the steering wheel will be oriented, it will be tilted this way. But I need these holes to align vertically, like the alignment of the steering wheel. At least for the time being. This could be managed with an alignment to get the steering wheel realigned, but for the time being, I'm just going to take those little caps off. So I did, so that this can still stay oriented within that empty space. while also aligning these steering wheel holes correctly. So now that that's nice and aligned, I need to attach this as if it were the steering wheel itself. So using this bolt, doesn't have to be super tight. It's not holding the wheel in orientation. It's just holding the wheel to the steering column itself. So it doesn't need to be super tight. It just needs to be tight enough that it's not going to back out on it. And even then, if it was backing out, you'd be able to tell, because this would be moving all over the place as you're driving. So next is the adapter. I believe there isn't really any real orientation to this other than making sure it's aligned with your steering wheel. Since this is my up orientation, I hope, I'm going to attempt to align it exactly like this. And as you can see, my steering wheel will eventually be setting here. So this came with the adapter. I hope this is still on, but in case my camera accidentally got shut off, it's very easy to attach. It just is a simple bolt washer, nut design, and then this big, the fatter space goes right over this fatter space right here. So pull down on this little quick release, and there you go, nice and tightly in there. And I am good to try it out. Steering wheel's slightly off still, as you can see. This is straight on, but considering what I had to work with, it's not too bad, and it'll be fixed with the next alignment. And I will say, I do get a lot of looks in this one, in this car. Like, more than any other car I think I've driven. The stock's a little bit far from the wheel now, but it's not necessarily a bad thing.